Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Design, and I am your boy Lulua Mark. We are back with the final part of our project. This is a bungalow that we started some days back, and this is where we left the project. It's a three-bedroom house. It's a residential house that we are modeling, and we finished the floor plan, the roofing, and also furnishing the rooms, making sure everywhere is functional. Now we started our facade yesterday, and this is how far we have gone. We actually finished the front part. Now today we are just going to finalize with this project, and after this project I'll want to introduce to you a project in ArchiCAD. We are actually going to do this same design in ArchiCAD so that you can also understand how uh, you can use ArchiCAD to achieve this same kind of design. So we shall have a number of projects in ArchiCAD before coming back to Revit. I believe we have done so many projects in Revit now. You can check in the playlist. You'll be able to see a number of them. And we're turning the attention to ArchiCAD, and if we can also achieve the same numbers in ArchiCAD, we shall also come back to Revit and continue with our design. So we go ahead and continue with our facade. So I want to work on this side. I'm going to work on this side, and I want to create something nice here. We're going to create something nice here using extrusion. Now let's come to our component. In the texture tab, you look for component, you model in place, then you look for generic models, you click OK, you rename on OK. I'll select extrusion, then I'll pick a plane, I'll say OK. Then I want this plane, so I'll draw something using this rectangle tool. I'll draw something here, just like that, all the way down, even covering this duct as well. So I'll pick out these windows. I'll pick them using the pick line, and just pick the windows, their edges. Then here also pick this one as well. There, then this one here, I'll pick it and pick there. So we come to our trim and extend and ensure that these lines are linked. We don't want them to loop. You can only have one loop, otherwise the Revit will not accept. So like that. Then of course the thickness is going to be really small. I want a thickness of just 60 millimeters. Then of course we are going to do something here. I'll come to the offset, then I'll offset this. Let me measure from here to here. That's 1 meter. That's 1 meter. So we shall offset let's say 300. I'll offset 300 seems to be very small. I will offset 500, just like that, and a space of 20, just like that. We keep offsetting 500, and then we create a space of 20, and then 500 again. We shall do this up to down until we finish offsetting. This is what they call editing profile. creating some unique elevations, just like that. So you keep on doing this until you reach down. It's a bit of work, but of course you need to be patient so that you can achieve what you want to achieve. Why is this one showing? Okay, we shall know why it is making that noise. So something like that. Now we need to escape a few times. We come to our trim, I mean the split element. We can now split. I didn't create gap for this one. Supposed to be 20 here. So we come to split element. We split the middle parts of all these lines, just like that. I remember we did this in the previous video, trying to achieve a different kind of facade for each elevation. Elevations are basically the sides, east, north, south, and west. Those are the different sides of the house. So you need to try and make each side unique. So we shall keep splitting this up to the end. So once you are done with the splitting, you come to the trim tool. You can now start trimming. I'll trim this like that, trim this like this, trim extend, trim extend, trim extend, trim extend. You trim and extend, trim and extend, trim and extend, trim and extend, like this, like that, like this, like that, like this, like that. So this side is done. We go to the other side. From here we shall trim and extend. Do this all the way down. If you understand where to split, you always find it easy to achieve this kind of facade. So let's keep on doing that till we get this done. So now we shall delete this last one, and the material here is still white color. However, you see these windows, we need to also pick them out from these lines, otherwise this will not be accepted by Revit. Two main loops. So I'll split here, and then split in the middle. I can trim it all before proceeding to the next, just like that. Then we go to split. We split this, split that, and then we split here. We go to trim, 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 just like that. We split with the split tool, just like that. Then you come to your trim tool, you trim extend. Then let's go to this side. We shall do one window at a time. So you split with split tool. This time I'll just extend, trim, extend like that. And then we go to the split tool, split here, trim, extend. Keep going. Come to the split tool, you split here. Come to the trim tool, you trim, extend. One window is done. We'll go to the next. So we go to the split tool, we split here, split here, you split here, you split here. Come to the trim, you trim and extend, trim and extend. We go down, come to the split, can split, split, come to the trim, trim, extend. Go down here. You come to the split tool, you split, you come to the trim, you trim, extend, trim and extend. This side is done. We come to this side. Can start from up here. We are going to split. You split here. You come to trim, trim and extend, trim and extend. Go to the next. Click, split just here. You come to trim, extend. Down here, you go to the split. You split here. You come to trim. You trim and extend. You trim and extend. One more window to go. So this one here, you come to split, you have to split here, trim, extend, come to the next, click, split, you come to the trim, you trim and extend, you trim and extend. Then this side you can split with the split tool, just like this, like that. Come to the trim, extend. Then there's a part here. You come to the split, you split, let me see this. Let me see this part here. Okay. So split and split. Come to trim, extend. This part here, let's first undo that. This part needs proper understanding before we can even split it. It needs proper understanding. Let me see it. The best way we can achieve this, is we're going to, I think we need to trim. Let me see. Let me first trim this side so that we shall properly understand how to achieve that. You come to split, you split here, you can trim this and this, then you can split here, you can trim, then you come to split tool, you split here, you can trim this and that, then now this last part here, what we are going to do for this line, we shall first of all split it in the middle here, one of the lines, then we'll come to trim. We shall trim this and extend it to here, and then at this side we shall trim and extend it to this one, and then we shall delete this line in the middle, just like that. I think that will do it for us. So let's try and finish the model Revit is complaining. That means there's somewhere that will not link up the lines. Is this one here. So we click on continue. If I delete that, you realize we have more lines here. So we shall come to trim. We shall extend it to this part. To finish, still an issue, continue. So I'll escape a little bit. I'll come and delete this. And then I'll come to trim. I'll trim, I hope, I guess the issue is also coming from here, that part there. So I'll come to trim. I'll trim this and extend it to this. So let's try and finish. Still have more problems here coming. So we'll continue trimming. Come to trim, we extend this. And then where else was there complaint? I can't see. There's another one here. So Revit doesn't accept so many loops. So you try your best to avoid having loops. So when you finish, this time it will accept. However, we have another problem. This we chose a wrong plane. Now I am just going to drag this outside a bit because I don't want to go back and start fighting with the plane after going through all this hassle to achieve what we have achieved. Now with the extrusion we have the advantage of just dragging it out to where we want it to be. So like that, when we try to finish it up, that's what we shall have. That is the kind of facade I intended us to achieve for this side of the house. I believe you learned something here. It's nice work done, really. This is nice work done. Let's go to the next side. We have this side here. It has, let me see if we will create another duct here. Anyway, we shall also try and see what we can do for this side. Now that we have already exhausted our designs on the front part, we now have to think of the sides. The sides, I believe this side is already sorted completely. So now we have this side that we need to take care of. So for this side, what I'm going to do here is, let's also try and go to architecture. We'll go to component, model in place. We're looking for generic models. I'll click OK. Then you do extrusion. You set a plane, you pick a plane, pick this plane here. I hope it is not the interior plane that we have picked. Now for this part here, I want to create, first of all I'm going to cover this face, use this rectangular tool. I'm going to create, let's create, let me see what we can do here. Let's just create something that may be nice for this side. So you know, there's creating pergola, there's also creating gazebo. So we shall create head of that. So let's do here, let's say 100. I guess from this side, I shall push it inside 100. Then this one here, so I'll push it 100. And then of course I can offset this 100 because I see the distance here is a little bit much. Just like that, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. So I believe this can be achieved with with modeling. Like if they ask you how you are going to achieve this in construction, but of course you can do model like molding. You can do molding using mortar, and you give it a wood finish, something like that. So I want to extend this. Let me first delete these parts. I'll extend this all the way here, and then I'll delete these two. I'll extend this to there. So we're going to start splitting again. So I'll split here. I'll skip one and split, skip one and split, skip one and split, just like that. We shall also split here, split here. When you're doing a proper design, you make sure you measure these things very well. All the spaces have to be the same so that your design doesn't look disorganized. Just like this. So this side we shall trim, extend. I hope you know that I'm trimming and extending using the trim and extend tool, which has the shortcut of TR. I believe by now you now know these tools. So we shall give this a wood color. You just come to material, you already know how to create material. So we shall select the wood. There's wood firing, there's wood planks. So we shall go with this wood planks and accept and finish, something like that. But of course I want to paint the surface of this red wall here with white. So I'll come to this paint, which is PT. Then of course I want the white color. I'll look for the white color, here, and then I'll just paint like that. So that's what we have. You can try to achieve something like that. And then of course maybe we can do something one more here. I'll want to draw a shape from here, then it comes to this part with a different color to just give this elevation some kind of touch with a different color, because we're having white all round with some bit of gray at the front. So I want to add some little gray here as well. So I'll come to architecture, components, model in place, generic models, click OK, you rename it. I'll still use extrusion. I'll set plane. I hope this plane is okay. Then I'll click on it. I'll first draw something here, just like that, almost closer to the window. Then I can draw a random shape here, just like that, also closer to that strip. So I want to measure here and see, this is 7, so I'll make it 750. Maybe from this side I'll make it 750, 750, just like that. Then I have to also make this 750, 750, just like that. And then I'll come to my trim. I'll trim this, extend it to that, that to that. Then I'll just delete this, and I'll come to the material. I'll select the material in the properties. I give it the gray color. So we shall select the gray color, we choose OK, we finish it, and that's what we shall have for this side. You see that? I feel this is much better than having a whole plain white on this side. Then of course, if you want to design something on these windows, you can do as well, but I don't want to do a lot on these surfaces. My biggest target was to achieve this side as it is, and we have achieved that. So now we are left with only the back side of this building, which is here. What do you think we can have here to achieve this? So we have this part that is having a stepped elevation, so we need to have different color for this side and this side. So basically I can create something here with a different color. First of all, I need to change the color of this duct. I'll come to paint, which is the PT. I'll look for the white color and then just paint this duct like that, so that it is all white, and even this side has to be white. I'll come to the paint. I'll still pick the white and paint. Keep painting the duct. I don't know why it is not changing the color. There, it's changed. Okay, like that. So now, since we have achieved that, I'm going to make this side gray. So let me use extrusion. I'll come to architecture. I go to components, model in place. I'll select generic models. I'll click OK, select extrusion. I'll set plane. I'll pick this upper part because I'm sure that one cannot lead us to temptation. So I'll select from here up to here, just like that. Then of course we need to remove the windows, so I'll come to pick lines. I'll pick this edge, this edge, this edge, and that edge. I'll come to my trim. I'll trim this to this to that, this to that. However, this side is not okay. We can even drag. Instead of picking, we can also drag using the arrow keys on your keyboard. Can do that. You'll still achieve what you want to achieve. So now we need to remove this door. I'll come to pick line. I'll pick this part of the door, this one here, that line, even the downer side. I'll come to trim. I'll trim this, extend it to that, trim this, extend it to this, just like that. So I'll come to pick line again. I'll pick this window, all the edges, then you trim using the trim tool like that. So once we are done with that, I'll come to the material and make sure that it is the gray color. So I'll just click OK, and we have chosen another wrong plane. So now, if you have chosen a wrong plane, the only option here is to drag this outside using this handle. Just like that, like this. I'll make sure it is not too thick, because the intention was not to make it too thick. Yeah, let me finish the model, and that's what we have for this side. So let's check all our sides. Now the best way you can check this side is to come to the elevation where you created the elevation. You can click on each elevation. Now it is showing shaded here. If you want to see, this is showing hidden line. If you want to see shaded, you come to this button, the visual style, you click on it, you choose shaded. That's what you have. However, you have more options. When you click on this again, you come to the graphics display. Instead of shaded, if you choose texture and apply, you'll see it will give you this. And then I want to see, it's a background non-realistic light. Let me see the lighting. So I'll try and change these things. Apply. Then here from course we shall come to fine. Then let's see again, shaded. Come to graphics. Let's say texture. Apply. Okay. Medium. Texture. Shaded. Okay, now I understand why it is appearing like this, because the surface is really white. So I was expecting to see other colors which we have already seen. So let's go to another elevation, and this is the north elevation. Let's also go to fine, then you come to shaded. So that's what you have when you have different colors. That is the elevation you are going to have. Let's go to surf. The surf elevation, when you come to fine course, when you go to shaded, that's what you have. Of course, the surf is the front part of our house. That's where we enter from. I believe this front part of our house is looking nice. So when you come to the west, you go to this fine, you go to shaded. This is what we have in the west elevation. So these are the four sides of our house: the west, south, north, east, and the ground floor. So I have a feeling that we have really finished modeling our house, and of course the target was to do a bungalow that we have never done before. If there are really other things that you want to add to this house, you can add, because there are a lot of things you can do here, especially the landscape. I believe I can touch the landscape a little bit, because really the house needs a landscape. So if you want to do landscape, let me close all these elevations. If you want to do landscape, you come to your project browser, you select this site, you double click on it. You see this is where your house is sitting, and this is where you're going to do your landscape. Landscape is done in the site plan. So this thing here, you can decide to hide it. but for now you can select this hide in view. If you say element, it will hide just let's click on it again. You say hide in view, you say category, it will hide that. The purpose of that icon is to center your work actually. Sorry about that. You're supposed to center your work from here. Let's just move it. If you want to move, you select everything, you come to the move tool, which is the MV. You click on it, you can move it. I believe we have used it for other purposes before. So now if we want to design our layout, I mean the landscape, you come to massing and site, which is just here in the modify massing and site. Then from here you select the topo solid. You can create from scratch. Now we have our topo solid here that is showing that the top part has grass and the down part has land. It's called a grassland. So we shall use that. Then we can now use any method. I'll choose a rectangular to just create something around this house like that, just like this. Now if I finish this, let me just finish and come to the 3D. You see how it has buried our house inside. It has buried, it has swollen almost up to the the door, the bottom side of the door. So for us to remove this thing, we may either change the height offset from the ground. So let's say the height offset from the ground is negative 500. See what we have. You see we have that, and we can now from here we can also arrange it easily. You just come to your line 2. Let me first select this. I come to line 2. I can align this with now this one here. Just choose this top part like that. You see that? However, it is still overlapping, so we need to give it some small, let's say negative 460, 460, just like that. Now it has come a little bit down, but not too much down, with that small distance from the ground or from our veranda. So this is the grass plus land. Anything below this is now in the foundation. So basically this is how you can create your grassland around your house. You can create your walkways from here. Now it's really so easy. If you want to do that, you just click on this, you come to subdivide. You see this subdivide here, you click on the subdivide, then you go to your site plan. That's where you are going to subdivide. Now you can use these tools to achieve what you want to achieve. For example, if I click here like this, if I just create something maybe like that, like this, like that, let me first leave it there. Then I come and create something here like this, like that, like that. Then I can use this to create some kind of let's say this is 360 there, then this, so that the edges are not too sharp. Now if I pick this line, this and this, I come and trim this to this, then I trim this to that. Let me split first. Let me split here so that I will not have trouble trying to create this other side. I can trim this, then I can pick this side. I just trim this to this. So we can give it any material we want. So in the material here, the property panel, we can choose let's say tiles. So we can I think create one. Let's create new material, rename it, let's say pavements, just like that. Then in the graphics, I think our pavers are going to be a little bit yellowish, I guess so, a little bit yellowish. Then in the appearance, I'll open the asset browser from here. Then I'll look for, do we have pavement? Let me see, concrete site. I'm seeing here with stone, then that rafting, non-uniform gray. I think we can go with this one here. I'll close that, I'll apply, I'll say okay, then I'll finish it up. So when we come to the 3D, you'll see this is what we have. I'm sure we did the opposite. So when I come to realistic, you'll see that we have something like this. The best way to achieve this is if you can create lines. You first create boundary lines so that you can easily achieve. Now you see where we are supposed to have grass, we created pavements, but we're supposed to create our walkways inside here. So we can still achieve that. Let's click on this. We can click on that. Then we come to, let's even click on the real topo solid. We come to subdivide. We go to site. Now we're going to pick lines. So basically I'll pick this line and this ones, just like that. Then we'll pick this. I'll come and trim. I'll trim. Then I'll draw a line. Let's say I'll pick just this part of our veranda. I'll come and pick this side. I'll pick this side. I'll come to the trim. I'll trim this to that, this to this, this to this, this to that. Then the material, of course, is going to be the pavement that we created. I'll say okay and apply. Come to the 3D. That's what we have. I'll come to this and delete it. You see now, that's what we have. That's what we have. However, the thickness is looking much. Then click on that. You see this subdivide here, you can change the thickness. So I can decide to say I want a thickness of 100, just like that. Then it will go to this level, 100. So I want this to align with the veranda floor. So I can come to this align tool. I'll select the top part of the veranda tool, I mean the veranda wall. I'll click on that. That's what we shall get. It's now really, let me see if it's doing the same. Looks like, but not that. So the best way we can now achieve that is if we can push this a little bit down. We can say negative 500 this time, and we see it pushes it down a little bit here. Now you can see this one is aligned. Yeah, it's now aligned. That means someone can easily walk out from the house and just proceed from here. So you can create this kind of pavements around your house. Then of course, let's try and create something that is going to protect the grass or the green grass from the walkways. Because if you leave it like this, people will just always be passing on the green land, something that we don't want. So when we come to the site, you can use your wall tool to achieve that actually. So when I come to architecture, wall, I'll pick the wall, and this time I'll pick lines. I'll pick this line. See that? I'll also pick here, just like that. When you come to your 3D, you'll see that we have created the walls here, but the height, sorry about that. Let me undo that. Let me undo, undo, undo. So let's first come to site again. So I'll click on one. Why is it adding without us commanding it? So we shall pick lines, pick, pick, pick. So when you come to your 3D, let me escape so many times this time. So when I pick this, I can now change the unconnected or the top constraint. I can just make it, let's say, 300, like that. So we shall come to this match properties. You match that property to this one, to this one, to all these ones, all these walls, just like that. Now you can see here we have this part that is, let me see, they are hanging in air. So let's try and take them down. So I'll select all of them with my control key on the keyboard. So I'll take the base offset, let's say to negative 300, and see if we accelerate down. Looks like we are close. Let's say negative 400 or negative 500. So now it has gone down. Yeah, like that. So you can see these ones will now protect or direct our movements. No one will easily pass through the green field or your green land. That is how you can create your pavements, and also these short walls that will protect your green sides uh, of your landscape. However, these ones are having different colors, so we can decide to edit and change these colors, or we can simply come here, we come to edit type. Let's look for now we duplicate, we shall say uh, landscape. Let's just leave that, and then you come to the edit. So this time we don't need a lot of things here. We don't need a lot of things here. I think I'll just make the whole structure 200, and then I'll delete this finish, I'll delete this other finish. Then here in the material, I'm going to use, let's use tiles or even bricks. You can use brick. That spelling is wrong. So we can use brick. So let me just use that brick. Say okay. We'll apply okay. Now that's what we shall get. And then of course I'll come to match properties. I'll match this to that. I'll match it to this. I'll match it to all these. Just like that. Let's escape, escape, and escape. See that? That is what we have around our house. So we can create more pavements for our movements. You just as usual, you select the topo solid, you come to subdivide, then you go to your site, you can start subdividing. So I will create let me just pick that rectangle. I'll create another road here that is going all the way that side. So this one I want to make it 1.5, just like that. Also create another road going this side, just like this. Then make it 1.5. Then of course we shall also create a road coming to this side, like that. I'm going to delete this part. Then I want this one to be 1.5. So now we can trim and extend. First of all, let's come to this trim, but we need to split here in the middle so that we can trim this to this, this to this. Then here we shall also split here so that we can trim this to this, trim to this. Then we can delete this. I guess that is it. Let me try and give it material. The material we created was I think pavement. Let's see, yeah, our pavements are here. We click OK. When we apply that, that's what we shall get. And then we come to the 3D. That's what we have. So that is what we have for our movement. So you can move from here like that. See that? And this one is looking a little bit higher than this. Let me see, yes. So we can align. So just come to this align to, we shall pick the top part of that and then align to this. Let's escape and escape and see if they are now aligning. Looks like they are not. I know why they are not aligning. If you click here, you see the subdivide is 100. Then this one here is 300. So we shall just make this 100 as well. So they will align perfectly, so that your movements can be seamless. Move from one part to other without any hassle. So after creating this, you can create these walls all round to protect the green sides. Then near the house you can create planters. Like you come to your ground floor, you can create planters here. I can choose to say wall. Let's just come to wall. Then we can create planters like that. You can create here, you can create here. Then link up that, link up that. Then we can create another one here, just like that. Link up here, link it up there, link this one up here. Then when you come to your 3D, you'll see there are tall walls really. Then we can come to, let's select one. We go to match properties. We shall match this property to this tall walls. So just like this, like that, like this, like this, like this, like this, like that. So this one will create our planters. Now you can use these box shaped walls to plant flowers all around your house. I guess we can also create similar on this side. So you just come to your architectural wall, then you create here, you can create here, link up here, and create another one here, like that. Then also this side, can do it like this. I'm not really doing a lot of measurements now because I think you now know exactly how to achieve this. So I don't want to overstrain. So I'll measure this and bring that one there. So when we come to the 3D, we shall just match properties. We come to this match properties, we click on this one, we match them to this, just like that. Now we have planters on this side, that side, even at the back here you can create. You see that? So inside here you can create something. Oh, let's just go to, let me first change this to shaded so that the computer will not cry for us. So I can just go to, let me look for Revit libraries, then I can search for planters. Plant, let me just look for plant. Let's see the kind of plants we have. I'm seeing some flowers here. Let me open this in file location. Plants. So we have some plants here. Let me try and open this in Revit and upgrade the model. Let's upgrade the model. So it is here. Let's load it into project and see what we shall have. Takes time to load. These are heavy components. When you start placing so many of them in your project, it can disorganize your project a lot. So let's wait for it to load. It has loaded. So let's come to site because you cannot see this thing is there. Let me first place it here, and then here. For now, that is enough. Let me come to the 3D and show you what we have. You see here, we have in these trees. However, they are really tall. I don't know if it is possible to reduce the height. Looks like we cannot reduce anything here. It's reducing actually. Let's select that, bring it down. We have left some parts up, so looks like the leaves. Let's load it back to project and see what we have. Override. and see what we have achieved. Taking time to load. So this one is taking long, really long, but basically that is how you can achieve. I don't understand what it has done, so I'll just simply delete them off. But that's how you can place your trees and creating the landscape inside, creating these pavements, also creating this uh, kind of wall that will protect your green from the pavements. So basically we have completed this design that we started. I believe you have learned a lot through this design, and if you really achieved your target that you set when you started watching this video from the first day, please help us to subscribe and share with your friends, and make sure you are part of the next project. As I promised, the next project will be in ArchiCAD. We shall start ArchiCAD work. We shall do this same work in ArchiCAD, and you'll be able to see how you can achieve this in ArchiCAD. So thank you so much for being with us and for not always leaving before the end of the project. The fact that you are still watching this video means that your concentration level is acceptable. So please make sure you subscribe, and see you again in the next part or the next project. Thank you so much.